So, welcome back to the podcast, Jen. I am so excited to have you here for our money series,
Yay, I'm so excited to be here. I just love being on your podcast.
right? It's very mutual. So, we're in the money series. We're in Money May, although we're recording in March. But I want to know what brought you into cuz let's back up. Let's just reverse that a little bit. You started when I first met you, you were one of the people that I came to change my money mindset. And I've seen that you've grown so far and there's so much change that I've seen. It's been like 2 years, I think. So I
Yeah,
want to
about
know,
that.
like, how have you stepped into this new form of building wealth?
Yeah, wow, that's a big question. And I'm thinking, okay, how do I start with this?
You're welcome.
Yeah, yeah, thanks for it. It's like just hit me with it. Sure, I'm good with that. So the big thing is, and I preach this to my clients as well, is wealth is all about mindset. And I know this from personal experience because I've had a business before. I had a business in my 20s and I did the hustle. I had a business degree. I did all the things that you're supposed to do to be successful. And all it got me was the mediocre success and burnout. Like literally my body was shutting down because I was pushing that hard. And I would hit this roadblock in my business and in my mind I would go, you just need to put in more hours. You need to work harder. You need to learn more. So I just pushed and pushed and pushed until literally my body said, no, you're done. We can't do this anymore. So this time around, I came at business from a completely different perspective. And that's how I got into the mindset side of things is I had to do a complete mind shift myself in order to be able to be successful because as long as I had those mindset blocks like I wasn't worthy of success, um it's not available to me as a woman. Woman's job is to stay home and raise babies and be thankful that she has a husband to support her and all these other bullshit beliefs that I had around money and success and wealth. And as long as I had those, like I did in my first business, I wasn't allowing myself to be successful. I was self sabotaging. I was procrastinating. I was doing all these things that people say, oh, well, just push harder, just work harder, just do more, get out of your own way. Well, when you have these blocks, you can't do that. No matter how hard you try, you're never going to get success because it all starts in the mind. Yes, strategy is important and the business tools are important, but you can have all that stuff, but if you don't have the mindset, you're never going to implement it. You're never going to do it right. You're going to procrastinate. You're going to self sabotage, and you're never truly going to get what you desire, which is the wealth, that time, and financial freedom.
Ooh, so juicy. And you said a really important thing is it starts kind of within, like that self-worth, that's, self-trust, self-worth, like that mindset piece that it's safe. It's safe to be wealthy. It's safe to have all the money in the world.
Exactly. 95% of the women I work with, if not more, have the belief that they're not worthy. That belief that I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not pretty enough. Like how many times have we gone to do live videos or even went to do a reel and how many women go, "Oh shoot, I can't do this." Or they start procrastinating. They put it off because well, I'll wait till I lose 10 pounds. I'll wait till my hair and makeup are done. Like, honestly, if you look at some of my stories and my reels, some days I'm done up, and some days I always joke that I look like a hobo because I literally live in t shirts and hoodies, and a lot of times my hair is in a messy bun. And if I have an idea, if I have something I want to share, I just get up and I share it. I don't care. I don't have to put on makeup. I don't have to dress up because that's me and I love me for me and have a feeling of being enough. So I don't let anything get in my way of doing what I need to do in my business.
So I want to know, how did you get there? Because I know that you even mentioned it, that this isn't where you started. Obviously, we started with that self doubt, that shame, that, oh, I'm going to hide behind this mask of whatever it is. What were some of the first steps you did to start moving into this? I'm going to show up. I'm willing to be wealthy.
Yeah, so if you want to talk about someone who had low self-esteem, or what I like to say, no self-esteem, that was me a little over 10 years ago. It's funny, I've run into some friends from college over the last few years, and everyone's like, who are you? Like, You are not who we remember from college. You are not the person we knew back then. It's like you've changed. Like people are just in awe. And it's because I was this insecure, self-conscious person. I hated my body. I hated everything about myself. I literally didn't feel worthy of anything. I had such low self-esteem and thought so little of myself. And my life that I had created showed all of that. And it took me, I call it my rock bottom. So part of it was burnout. So during the time that I burnt out in my business was also the time I was going through some struggles in my personal life. I was in a really shitty marriage with somebody who treated me like garbage because I allowed them because of my low self-esteem and that low self-worth. I also had friends and family members that treated me that way, and I allowed all of it. And all of this just kind of came to a point at the same time with the burnout, and I literally was like, what the hell am I doing with my life? Like, this is not a life. Like, this was just before my 30th birthday. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, how can I keep going this way? Everyone's telling me your life is so perfect. You're living this picture perfect life. I wish I had your life. And inside I'm going, I'm dying. Like, is there something wrong with me? Because I don't see it. But then it clicked and I realized that I was trying to be somebody else. I was trying so hard to be happy and successful and wealthy that I was doing what everyone else wanted and not what I wanted. So I don't always suggest it for some people that have gone through this like me. They highly suggest it, but I literally walked away from it all. My marriage, my business, most of my friends, literally packed up, moved to a different city, and started from scratch. And it was the best thing. I started my personal development journey. I started reading books. I started seeing practitioners of all types. Someone would mention some new form of energy healing or something, and I'd be like, sweet, I'm going to try that. So I would dive in. And then one day I found hypnotherapy. And literally, that was like my tipping point. As soon as I started into hypnotherapy, my life magically changed. All of a sudden, all the reasons for why I didn't feel enough, why I didn't feel I was worthy of wealth, all these things just come flooding up. I knew exactly what caused them all. I was easily able to remove them and send them packing. And ever since then, that's what caused the biggest shift in my life. Because now with that tool, I can easily uncover anything because mindset isn't just oh, you're making $10,000 a year, $50,000 in a year in your business, you need a mindset coach or you need to do the mindset work. I know multimillionaires that still do the mindset work. Successful people know that mindset is an everyday thing. It's an ongoing thing. When we're first starting out, that's when we've got the really deep, heavy stuff, the big blocks that we need to work through. But then as we progress, little things are going to pop up. We're going to hit that next glass ceiling, I call it, or the next income level, and something new's going to pop up. I recently went through another one of those where I found myself up against this block in this glass ceiling. So I worked with a colleague of mine and got a session, worked through it. Boom, within a week of working through that, income jumps again. It's an ongoing process. And because hypnotherapy was so powerful, that's what led me to become certified in hypnotherapy. And I've been doing it for a few years now. And I love it. My clients see, as you know, Jen, it's big results in a short period of time. You can literally go right into the brain and ask it and go, why do I do this crap? Why am I procrastinating? Why am I not allowing myself to be wealthy? Hearing what the brain has to say, picking through that story, and then giving it a new belief and saying, no, we don't want that one anymore. Let's get rid of that. I want to be wealthy. I'm going to be successful. This is available to me. And your brain goes, okay, sure. If that's what you want, that's exactly what we'll give you. And so that's kind of how my journey got going and how I got to where I am today, being a hypnotherapist and a mindset coach.
Oh, yeah. And it is instant almost. I mean, I can honestly say that the pivots and the changes that after just one session, it's like, it's not like you lay there and then you have to journal it out and process it out. You can, but it's normally here. And then I'm going to be in the next level. And you just kind of walk away and you're like, okay, what's next? And I just love
Exactly.
that you're bringing that to other people.
Thanks. Yeah. And I want people to know that it can be easy because so much of our world it's difficult. It's hard. You got to push, you got to struggle, that hustle culture. And I hate to say this, but I hate the hustle culture. Like, I did that in my first business and I burnt out, and now I'm all about ease and flow. Like literally the more money I make, the less I work. The easier it is, the more in flow I am. Like I'm running a six-figure business and I'm in school full time doing my degree, and I have time for both, and I have time for fun and pleasure and joy in my life, and that's the way it should be.
Yes. Yes. Can you say it again for those in the back?
You could have it all. Like, just know that it's available. You don't have to work more to make more.
Oh, you don't have to work more to make more. We're just going to keep saying that because I want the listeners to know like you don't have to work more to make more. And you need Jen in your life. Just FYI, go
Oh,
find
thanks.
Jen. So, as you're going through this and you keep leveling up, and you're starting to work with people, who are you working with? Are you working with the beginner? Like, this sucks. I am in total burnout. I've been doing this for a year and I've made a whole $500. Or are you already working with people who are making consecutive income, bringing them to the next level?
Yeah, so it's kind of a spectrum. I do have some women that are just completely starting out and they want to do it right off the bat. I love working with women like that because they already know that this is important. But a lot of women that come to me, they're making a little bit of money, but it's really inconsistent. And it's the women who are looking for those 10K plus months because that seems to be that big number that we all really strive for to start off. Like that's the I've achieved something, I'm successful, that 10K month. So and I know a lot of women that are making 2 and 3,000 or $1,000 a month. That's what they're looking for. And no matter how hard they work, they're getting frustrated. They're getting angry because they can't get there. And it's nothing to do with strategy. They're like, I've had people come to me saying, I've spent $20,000, $30,000 on business coaches and strategies and courses and trainings and certifications. And it's like, I'm still making the same. And it's like, well, when's the last time you worked on your mindset? And so we start uncovering that, and they go from those 2 and 3,000 months to 10 and 20,000 months. And I love once we get them up to that 10K, a lot of my clients continue working with me and they just want to keep improving. And then it's more than just their business. Like one of my clients, she came to me to help her make more money, and she did, but she always laughs and says, "You actually changed my entire life." Like money was something she was doing okay with, but not exceeding, but literally the rest of her life sucked. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, most of the rest of her life was less than a 3. And when we
Oh,
first, yeah, and when we first started working, I'm like, it's great that you're making money, but you can't even enjoy that money because your life sucks and you're not happy and you're miserable. It's like, what's the point of making money if you can't enjoy your life? And after just a few months, her life just started transforming and changing. And she got back to me a couple months ago, and it had been about a year since we had done work together. And she's like, my life is so amazing. I've never been happier. I've never been more successful. And the success was actually just a byproduct, which I always laugh about. People are like, the success became the byproduct, the happiness, everything else working out in their life, them loving themselves, them enjoying themselves, that time freedom, the relationships that have changed in their life, that was what ended up being more important than the money, which to me just blows my mind.
yeah. And I think that that's also an important thing. And, why I call this podcast Feed Your Business with Love is it starts from within. It starts with loving yourself. It starts with moving past all these beliefs. It starts with your mindset, how you treat yourself. And it's so cool that you're helping clients in one area and like building this wealth, but it's actually like trickling out into everything. I'm sure their health is improving their relationships, fun, pleasure. The fact that you're not having to work, 20 hours of the 24-hour day, 7 days a week to make your 10K month, and you're allowing it to be in flow. It's just, that's so cool. That's what you're offering people. And I absolutely love that this is possible. Believe it, it's possible. I'm not special. Like, well, we all are special, but I'm not something that's super special, and we're making it happen.
Exactly. Anybody can do this. I have everything from women who have barely a high school education to women with multiple degrees that come work with me, and they all experience the same success because the only thing standing between us and success is ourselves. Like, we're our own worst enemy, our own worst critic. And as long as we're constantly beating ourselves up and belittling ourselves and our worst enemy, I always tell people, if you talk to yourself how you would never talk to someone else. Like, if you heard you talking to yourself, talking to like you would to a best friend, if you would never allow that, why do you do that to yourself? Because aren't we supposed to be our best friend? So we need to be gentle with ourselves. We need to be careful with that inner talk and that negative inner critic and what we're saying to ourselves and believing about ourselves. Because as long as we're saying and believing all that negative crap we're telling ourselves, we're never going to allow ourselves to be successful and happy because deep down we don't believe we deserve it.
Ooh. And I know that's something that I struggle with still to this day, even though like we've worked together. Like you said, every time there's this next level, those same beliefs come up. And it's like, can't they just go away? But I'm like, all right, we get to the first level. All right, I got this. And then all of a sudden you suck back in and you're like, oh, I'm not worthy of the next level. Oh, I better listen to Jen's recording again, which I still do listen to at least twice a week every at nighttime before I go to bed. But there's so much magic inside creating a mindset and like you said, making yourself your own best friend.
Exactly. Yeah. I imagine you're talking to your daughter, your best friend, your sister, and just treat yourself how you would treat them. Be nice to them. And also, how you treat yourself is how you allow others to treat you. So if you don't like how others are treating you, if you don't like that you have no boundaries, that people are pushing you, that you're undercharging, people are asking for discounts, all these things, it's because you're allowing that, because inside you're not feeling like, oh, I can charge more. Oh, I have to discount for this person or they're not going to buy. That's all just an internal belief that once you remove it, it's no longer there. I never do discounts. I never barter. I never do any of those things because I know that what I'm offering the world is worth 10 times as much as I'm charging, and I know they're going to see the benefit. So why would I second guess my worth because somebody else is questioning it? That's their belief, that's their issue, that's not mine.
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm gonna keep just like I just want to keep repeating all the things so that everybody knows like that's someone else's belief. Don't discount your stuff. I mean, again, I fall short with this one a lot. And I have in the last few years, but this is where I'm reclaiming my magic is I am shifting and moving through those clients that are asking for discounts and saying, nope, I no longer have space for you. And I think that having someone in your corner like you is that's where the magic happens. Because doing it and trying to reprogram your brain by yourself, I hate to say it, unless I don't know, maybe it's possible, but I don't believe it's truly possible without a support team.
I agree. It's like anything in business. It's hard. You can do it the hard way and struggle for years and push and read books and try and do it on your own. Or you can do it a quicker way and an easier way and work with somebody who's already taken that path. And this is with anything in business. Like, yes, you could probably build a business on your own by reading books and not spending any money, but how long is it going to take you to hit your goals compared to someone who spends little buddy money, finds those perfect people for exactly what they need to then help them out, to show them the path, to find that mindset coach who can literally hone in and say, this is your exact negative belief, this is how it's holding you back, and then just plucking it out, working it through it. And you know, it's all about perspective, easy, hard. And again, it's a mindset block. Well, I can do it on my own. Well, again, mindset block. Well, you can, but you don't have to. You can have it easy or you can have it hard, because that was one of my mindset blocks. Is I had this belief that I could be successful, but I had to put in hard work, long hours, sacrifice family and friends. So I sabotaged myself because I believed it had to be hard. So I made it hard. But as soon as I created the belief that no, it gets to be easy, did nothing else different, no other trainings, no other coaches, nothing, just changed that belief that it got to be easy, and doubled, tripled, quadrupled my income in a short period of time just by changing that one belief. So you can do it yourself, but you can fast track it and get the help instead. And mindset coaches are trained to specifically help with these things. They know the nuances, they know what's going on. And if you work with someone like me that incorporates hypnotherapy, literally we just have to ask your mind. Hypnosis is extremely safe. It's so effective. We literally just go into your mind and say, "Hey, why is Jen sabotaging herself? Hey, why is Jen afraid to show up on video? Hey, why is Jen undercharging?" And your mind goes, "Oh, well, this event happened in her childhood that told her she wasn't worthy." And it's like, "Oh, right, there's your answer. Let's pluck that out. Let's reprogram and let's send you on your way and start upcharging."
Yes. And I know that you have a few things that you offer to people. Can you share with us some of the ways that people can work with you?
Yeah, so I've got my one-on-one, which of course is the most powerful because we can dig into specific issues. You can come to me and say, "I'm doing this," and we can pull it right out of your mind, completely transform your life in a short period of time. I've also got some self-study courses. I've got one on money blocks where you can go in and go through this process of uncovering and removing those beliefs and implanting whole new money stories for yourself that are going to change your life. And I have this new program coming. It'll actually be launched as of the time of this recording. So it's all about uncovering and removing the most common mindset blocks that female entrepreneurs run across. Things like low self-worth, procrastination, fear of success and failure, and all those most common things that I see in female entrepreneurs. And we're literally going to go in and we're going to uncover all of them. And then there's going to be all these other amazing tools and support tools that are going to help you. And the nice thing is, this is a 6-month container. So you have 6 months of support to work through all these things, to grow in your business, to uncover what's getting in your way and really remove all of it so that you can hit those 10K plus months. That's my goal for you, is over the next 365 days is to hit that 10K and 20K and 30K, because you'll find once you hit 10K, 20, 30, 40K actually gets to be easy. So I've made tons of different price points so that anyone starting out, right up to the people that want to do that intensive work, there's something available for everybody.
Oh, I love that. And I think it was your course, the money block course is what I have and I've been listening to over and over again still, which has been a while, but I really recommend it. If you are struggling, I really recommend getting into Jen's space. I can't say enough about how hypnosis from the right person, mind you, from the right person, because if you don't align with your person, then it doesn't work as well, I've found. But I really recommend working with Jen for money blocks and all the things.
Thanks. Yeah, I loved working with you too. And I love working with female entrepreneurs. We're just a different breed. And I believe in women having financial security, because when women have money, we do amazing things with that money. So I want to put money into the hands of more female entrepreneurs so that they can have that time and financial freedom to literally change the world, because that's what they're going to do with it.
Yes. And you're going to break hustle culture doing it because you're going to teach us to be in that feminine flow of ease.
Exactly. No more of this Gary Vaynerchuk push, hustle, go. Like, I love Gary and I love some of his advice, but when he tells you to work, 20 hours a day and sleep for 4, no, did that, burnt out, not worth it. I'd much rather work my 3 or 4 hours a day in my business and be successful than 20 hours a day.
Yes. I'll sign up for that. I will totally sign up for that. I'll take the same amount of money as the 20-hour day though. Let's have
Exactly.
both.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is you can, like, the more I make, the less I work. I know tons of other people the same thing. They just, once you get into that flow and remove those mindset blocks, you become this master manifester because your energy just shifts. You just know that you're worthy of it. And it just happens. Like, do you know how many times that not even just in my business, but money shows up, things show up. Like, I was wanting to create this new funnel like a month ago, and all of a sudden someone goes, "Hey, you know what? I'm looking for some people to build funnels for in exchange for a testimonial." Boom. Like, do you know how many times I get offers like that? People reach out to me and say, "Can I do this for free for a testimonial?" Or random checks. I was just thinking about this the other day. There was this association I was involved with years ago. Haven't been involved with them for at least 5 years, if not 10. All of a sudden they send me a check in the mail the other day, some sort of refund. And it wasn't a huge amount, but literally, I have not been involved with this organization in 10 years. And these things just happen. Like, checks show up in my bank account, money shows up, refunds show up. Like, all these things just magically appear in my world. And it's because I'm vibrating at a higher level, because I've got rid of all those bullshit stories that used to hold me back.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I just had a story the other day. I was like, I needed a $20 bill for something. I needed actual cash. And I'm like, I don't want to go to the bank. So I was going to the grocery store, got out of the car. No joke. It's still as can be. A breeze picked up and a $20 bill was in the breeze and hit my foot. I was like, okay, universe, thanks for the 20. May I have another?
Exactly. And that's what I do every time, even just the small checks. I like celebrate, I jump up and down, I get all excited. And I'm like, yes, please more. Like, I love this. Thank you so much. Send me more. I'm so grateful for this. And the universe goes, okay, you want more? Let's send you more. And it just works that easy.
Yeah, I love that. So if someone were to walk away with just that one little mic drop nugget, what would you want them to walk away with?
You are worthy of success. Believe it, and it will happen.